Hello everybody, this is Tim, and this is going to be a video response to Horror of Mike. Basically where he's talking about what would you bring with you on a desert island if you were stranded there. And I saw this on Brady or Penguins, or 23 Penguins 32, his channel. So I figured I'd do one real quickly. I'm a little daunted by my current RPG series, so I'm just going to do this for a little bit of fluff. So, without further ado, the questions are, what book would you bring? And I guess this probably isn't very surprising since what my handle is, but I have a leather-bound, complete book of all three of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, and it's in a leather case. I got this from a Walden bookstore a while back. It was rather expensive, but I don't know, for me, I just kind of had to have it. It's one of those things that I was willing to pay a little bit more money for, and I waited until it was like half off. But yeah, leather slipcase. And the book itself is leather, and it has just this like gold inlay with blue and green. It's a really beautiful book, kind of made up to look like the Red Book of Westmarch, if you will, if you know what that is. And this would definitely be the book I would bring. It's usually just sits on my shelf. I actually usually just read my paper-bound books, but since it's one book, I think that'll qualify. All right. The next question is, what film would you take? Now, I can't actually find it, which is kind of disturbing, but I can't find the animated Return of the King movie. This was sort of the movie that I watched a lot when I was a kid. I'd say between this and the Star Wars films, I probably watch those two about the same, but Return of the King probably is more so. While it isn't like the best movie, I would say it has a lot of nostalgia for me, and I've probably watched the animated Return of the King more often than any other movie ever. I used to, skip school, put it in, and just watch it, and take a nap or something. So I watched a lot of that, but I can't find it. I don't know where I put it. So I might even have lent it out and forgot I lent it out to somebody. All right, what one recording album or disc would you take? And I chose to wear this shirt for obvious reasons here. My favorite album, I guess you would say, is the Megadeth Rust In Peace that came out in the 90s. I just think it's awesome to just hit play and just let the whole thing roll. I have a lot of other musical tastes, I guess, but most of them are metal or some subgenre of metal. So I would definitely have to say Megadeth's Rust In Peace. All right, next question. What television series box set would you take? And I actually do have this one. I've lent this out several times to people, and that is Firefly by Joss Whedon. Awesome series, mixes all kinds of things. I could talk a lot about Firefly. It's a great series, mixes like Western genre, sci-fi, gritty sci-fi, some Star Wars elements, swearing in Chinese, beautiful women, interesting characters, very quotable. If I could squeeze in the Serenity movie as well, I would just put the disc in there and just pretend like it was part of the series. But yeah, the Firefly series as well with the Serenity movie, I just think it's just an awesome universe that was created, and it's just a great TV show. And it sucks that it was canceled. All right, next question. What luxury item would you take? And this one's kind of tricky. I bought a drum set when I was a kid. It was like a $300 drum set, and I was never very good at it. I could keep a rhythm. I could, do my thing. I'd have friends come over that knew how to play guitar, and we would just kind of make noise in the basement. And I never was in band or anything like that. I'm not even very good at it, but I recently picked up an old drum set, and I got that one for like $250. That's not all of it. That's just parts of it. I realized that even though I live in my own house now, people can still hear the drums outside of the house because I like to beat the crap out of them when I play. I break drumsticks. Sometimes I get bloody knuckles because I crack it off the edge of the drum and so forth. So I don't actually get to play. I've only played a couple times since I got my house. Maybe I shouldn't care as much because some of my neighbors aren't very nice. But if I was on a desert island and nobody was around and I could bang on the drum all day, that's what I would do. So that would be my luxury item. And hopefully over time I would be able to perhaps play all the drums in the Megadeth Rust In Peace album. I doubt that, but So, you know, in the drum set I would take, if this is a luxury item, I would take the most tricked out drum set possible, you know, with like big cage and, you know, I don't know how many toms or whatever it would have. Definitely a double bass pedal in the mix. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If I was stranded on a desert island, that's what I would take.